Welcome to episode 7 of the 2017 OCFOA Plays of the Week. I'm your host, Mark Andrews. I didn't get this out quite as quickly as I wanted to. I got a couple of really good plays in the last couple of days, and I wanted to include them in the Plays of the Week, so that took a little extra time. Most of the plays you're going to see were sent to me by Steve Coover, CIF rules interpreter, and the entire video has been reviewed and approved by Chad Wilson, OCFOA Instructional Chair. The previous version of Plays of the Week, we started out with a discussion of blocks below the waist. And we looked at two that were illegal. I want to show you a legal block below the waist. And let's revisit the rule regarding the free blocking zone and what constitutes a legal block below the waist. As you can see, number one, all players involved in the blocking are on the line of scrimmage and in the zone at the snap. The two players highlighted are the players involved in this block, and as you can see, they do meet that requirement. The contact is in the free blocking zone. I'll show you that in just a second. And then the third is that the ball stays in the zone. So let's take a look at this. We'll run it in real time. You can see that block right there. That would otherwise be illegal, but it's in the free blocking zone. The free blocking zone is not disintegrated when the block occurs. That's below the knee. But the ball is in the zone when the block begins, right there. And there's one more aspect to this that I want to point out. I want to make sure there's no confusion about this. Look at this formation. This is a normal, quarterback under center formation. So the requirements that we talked about in the previous video, where the two players had to be straight up, shoulders had to align, that does not apply because this is not a shotgun formation or a pistol formation. The quarterback is under center. So this is a legal block below the waist. Okay, guys, let's talk a little bit about PopUp Kicks. This is a new rule this year, and I know we've talked about it in the past, but based on the questions and comments I've heard both on the field and just from folks in the association, there's still confusion about it, and it's really not that hard to understand the confusion when you look at the rule. A pop-up kick is a free kick in which the kicker drives the ball immediately into the ground. The ball strikes the ground once and goes into the air in the manner of a ball kicked directly off the tee. Well, okay, so the first thing is the ball bounces once. That's in the rule. So a ball that bounces twice and pops up into the air, that's legal still. The part that's vague is the goes into the air in the manner of a ball kicked directly off the tee. We've all seen balls that have been kicked off the tee that are line drives that never go over the head of the player and so on. So CIF has provided us with some additional guidance, and this video actually comes from Coover. And so this first kick, he is saying, is not a pop-up kick, and it's because it doesn't go high enough. So let's take a look at this. Now, there's two of these kicks, and they're very close. So that may be barely over the head of the players, but it's not enough, according to Steve, to be considered a pop-up kick. He considers that a legal kick. Let's look at this one. And you can see that one just is a couple of feet higher, but Steve is saying that is a pop-up kick. So, I don't know if that helps you or not, but that's the standard we're using. So basically, we're looking for kicks that are higher than the height of the players to be considered pop-up kicks. So this next play involves a personal foul we're still seeing a lot of. It's hurdling. So let's review what hurdling is. The rule book says hurdling is an attempt by a player to jump, hurdle, with one or both feet or knees foremost over an opponent who is contacting the ground with no part of his body except one or both feet. What that's really saying is it's not a dive. In other words, if he's head first over an opponent, or we've got a quarterback sneaking the ball, he's diving over a pile, whatever it might be, head first, that's not a hurdle. But if they're jumping over a person or persons with their feet foremost, that just means basically ahead of their body. It's and the person they're jumping over is not contacting the ground with anything other than their feet. So they're not prone, their hands not down, anything like that. Then it's hurdling. It's pretty simple. I've had guys try to tell me, oh no, they jumped straight up in the air, he didn't hurdle. It doesn't matter. Okay, don't split hairs. If they attempt to hurdle over an opponent and that guy isn't prone or have a hand on the ground, throw the flag. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, I'm going to run it for you slow. I know that one's not the easiest to see in real time. Okay, now watch his actions. He's approaching this player. He's getting ready to jump. Now he's actually tackled, but you can see the leg is foremost. He's trying to he's going over the defender. The defender his feet are on the ground. He didn't have a knee down there. I know he's blocked on this angle by the black player, but if you see the subsequent action, his knees are off the ground. So this is a hurdle. That should be a 15-yard personal foul. All right, here's a play that involves a personal foul for either spearing or excessive contact. This sure looks like spearing to me, but I'll let you be the judge. This isn't the best angle, but watch this in real time. Okay, keep your eye on that receiver. Now, if this is a spear, if we rule this a spear, it doesn't matter whether this receiver is defenseless or not. My estimation, he is definitely defenseless. He's still in the act of trying to catch that ball. Yes, he misses it, but he's still in the act of trying to catch it. And this defender punishes him straight into the midsection with the helmet foremost. And you can see that the player is hurt. Spearing or excessive contact, there should be a foul on this play, whatever you want to call. You know, guys, I spend so much time looking at film and in the rule book, finding rules, references, and so on. I'm always shocked when I come across something that I don't know what it is, and I'm not sure if it's a foul. I think it's a foul, but I don't know. Take a look at this play. Watch the player that's highlighted. And you know, it's bad enough when this happens to me in watching film, but when it happens on the field, what is that? I hope you got a look at that. Now, keep your eye on the player highlighted again. Now, watch what he does in slow motion here. That's a head slap. Now, here it is from the end zone, just to give you a better, another look at it, just to confirm that indeed there's contact here. It's not with a fist, so this isn't a punch, so it's a slap. And, I go in and do a Google search and put in NFHS head slap and find a rule. I'm like, oh, great. This is it. Rule 947. No defensive player may use the hands to slap the blocker's head. Penalty 15 yards, personal foul. Defensive player. This is an offensive player, so I can't use this. What do I do now? So without that rule reference, I'm thinking illegal blocking technique, illegal use of hands. I talked to Steve Coover, and he says, no, Mark, that's a personal foul. That is what? Unnecessary roughness. Rule 9, Section 4, Article 3. No player or non-player shall make any other contact with an opponent, including a defenseless player, which is deemed unnecessary, excessive, and which incites roughness. This is our sort of catch-all for those types of fouls that we know are fouls, but aren't specifically prohibited in the rule book. So we're going to see a blindside block on this play, and unlike a lot of the blindside blocks we've shown you over the course of the last 2 seasons, there's nothing broken about this play. As a matter of fact, nothing really happens. Nobody's going to touch the ball. But watch this player highlighted. That's the receiving team. Ball bounces, and he cleans his clock. And the back judge gets it, continues to officiate. Just an excellent job by that back judge. I want to show you a couple other components of this thing. Watch the kicking team's player is giving up. He's not, he's going to let that ball bounce. So there's no reason at all for 10 to do this. Now watch what he does after the fact. He's going to give him a little extra. Now the back judge has to continue to officiate because the red team or the black team has picked the ball up. And there could be, hopefully somebody's got eyes on this. And notice the coach coming out on the field. He's doing the right thing. He is getting his knucklehead player off the field. Do not flag the coach for coming on the field for this kind of action. We want them to basically put an end to this. So don't throw a flag on the coach for that type of action. Okay, we're going to have another blindside block on this play, and this is an interception. And of course, we've been preaching that interceptions, broken plays, punts, this is where our antenna have to go up for blindside blocks. So let's take a look at this. Now this is interesting. There's going to be 2 players that are blocked very similarly. One's a foul and one's a great block. It's not illegal at all. So this is the player that's going to be fouled, and this is the player that's not going to be fouled. They're both going to be contacted in the shoulder. You can see their focus and concentration is on the runner. They're defenseless, and this is a blindside block. But one's illegal, one's illegal. Here we go. Let's run it back, give you a slow-mo look at it. So there's the illegal block. And watch the difference in the legal block. It's simply a screen. He just gets in his way. Both are effective. One of them's a foul, one's not. Okay, guys, I was editing this this Plays of the Week video, and this play came in, and I thought, this is a great moment to do a little, little check on how we're doing as far as teaching you guys. So I want you to take a look at this play and tell me what you've got. There's going to be an interception, and then a foul follows the interception. I want you to stop and think about what you would call here. And I'm going to give you a sideline view and an end zone view. So there's our interception. Now watch, he's going to reverse field. Now the hit that causes the foul is going to happen right there. You can see we have flags. Let's go to the end zone view. Speed this up a little bit. Okay, again, I'm going to do it in real time. That's the player that gets hit. Okay. Now I want you to stop. I'm going to do this in slow motion for you, so don't worry. I wonder what you have. So take pause the video right now and think about what this foul might be. All right, so now I want to take a look at it in slow motion. Okay, right there's the player that's going to get fouled. Now watch. Okay, you see the contact there. That's helmet-to-helmet contact. The blocker is leading with his helmet. I hope that you would call that targeting. That's not just a blindside block. That's targeting. Let's take a look at it from the end zone. And there's another factor here. I want you to consider how long this blocker, had to decide where he was going to block this player. Okay, there's the player that was fouled. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6 steps. And look at that hit. I mean, This guy got up, but he was out on his feet. He was staggering. In my opinion, this is definitely targeting, and I think this is a flagrant foul. Now, the ruling on the field was an ejection, and I don't know if if it will be upheld. This only happened last night, but I hope you considered both those things, both targeting and a flagrant foul on this particular foul. Well, that's it for this edition of the 2017 OCFOA Plays of the Week. This might be my last video for the year. I don't know. It just depends on how much time I have and really how much interest there is on the part of you guys. What Steve Coover and I do is we plan several detailed film study type of videos that are specific to certain rules. We've had film study on defenseless players, blindside blocks, flagrant fouls, so on. And Steve and I are already talking about what we're going to do for the 2018 season. So if you want these plays of the week to continue, I'm happy to do it. Just leave me a comment below if you're happy waiting till maybe the springtime for the next editions. That's fine too. Anyway, it's been fun. I hope you all enjoyed it and learned something. This is Mark Andrews signing off.